Hey guys, we're gonna do a reading today for Lily and Jack. I thought it was time we whipped out the self-created deck I have of all of the tarot and oracle decks that I have to see which decks Spirit wants us to use today for the reading. So I'm gonna get 2 from each at random, and then if I need to pull my own accompanying decks, I will. After I pull these, then I will get the decks out and come back to start the reading. So those are the 2 oracle decks. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the tarot decks. All right, let's see what we're working with. All right, I will these out and get a couple accompanying decks to go with them, and I will be right back. All right, I have the decks out here. I've pre-shuffled them. This is actually my second time restarting. Alice was up here making a mess of things, and then I was talking and realized that I never even hit start on the recording, so I figured that was for a reason. I was going off on a tangent, and I'm assuming Spirit's like, nope, let's restart, keep it clean, keep it simple. We're reading on Lily and Jack today. We are approaching the 3-month mark from when they went missing. As far as I know, we still don't have any answers or any new information, I guess. I don't know what you guys have heard. I haven't heard a whole lot in terms of new information. I have browsed through a couple different creators who continue to make content around them. We have the Clutch Your Pearls, I believe is the name of that channel, and then the creator Sunny from A Criming Shame, I believe is the name of that channel. I think Sunny is a subscriber here. I think I've seen her in the comments, so if you're watching, hi Sunny. I was actually sitting down to do the last 2 private readings that I have on my schedule, and I just kept getting this nagging feeling that I needed to pull energy on Lily and Jack. Last night I was watching a replay of the live Sunny was doing for Lily and Jack, and I think it was the video that said something like Malaya chimes in or something. I don't know. I don't even know that I got to the part of the video where they said what Malaya even said, but I know it was playing in the background. I was shuffling my Fortune Oracle cards, and the card that flipped out was Fire. And I was like, okay, this is a prominent energy for Lily and Jack. I have a Lily and Jack video playing in the background, which I was just kind of listening to. You know, I think they were talking about a bench or something. So it was just something that I was just, you know, had on as background noise. I wasn't like super zoned in. I was shuffling cards, you know. Anyways, the Fire card came out. It was not a coincidence that that card came out while I was listening to their energy. And then today I had it on my schedule to finish the last 2 private readings I have for July. But like I said, I sat down and something kept telling me like Lily and Jack, Lily and Jack, Lily and Jack. So I wonder if we're getting close to something. I pray we are. I can't believe we're going 3 months into the kids supposedly wandering into the woods and just vanishing off the face of the earth. And I pray that that's not all that law enforcement is doing, but here we are 3 months later, and every day that passes, more valuable evidence is lost. So I just hope they're doing more than what we know, and eventually we'll have to, you know, we'll be able to stop pulling energy cards trying to find answers for what happened to these children, and the police will just do their damn job and get to the bottom of it. Okay. I'm not going to go off on another tangent, but anyways, I'm sure a lot of you guys feel my frustration and feel the exact same way and are just as tired of kids vanishing off the face of the earth and no answers coming about it. So yeah, I mean, it's got to stop. It's just absolutely ridiculous how many times this happens, and I mean, here we are. So it is what it is for right now. So we're going to pull some energy to see what we can get on Lily and Jack. I will say though, after this reading, I'm going to finish up the last 2 private readings. I'm open for August. As of right now, I will be taking a handful of private readings. So if you were interested in booking a private reading with me, now would be a good time. I'm going to open it up for August as my schedule will be completely cleared. So if you have questions on how to book, just email me. My email is in the channel description box. I will send you all the information on how to book, and I will take about 4 or 5 private readings a month. As of right now, I'm completely open. For August, if you are one of the last 2 people waiting for a private reading from me, just know that it will be coming by this evening. All right, guys. You've seen the decks I pulled at random. I have a couple others out here to accompany them. We're going to start with the Victorian Fantasmagoria deck. I'm going to pull 3 and then bookend it with some tea leaves, and then we'll dive into the tarot. Death is here at the bottom. Lichen, secret, restrained, and death. The lichen says a struggle, a curse, or feral. And I think that's the energy of a werewolf, like shape-shifting werewolf type energy, I believe is lichen energy. So feral. Struggle, secret, and restrained. Struggling to keep a secret. Being forced to keep a secret. Struggling to keep a forced secret. Restrained could be limitations, obstacles, and oppressed. With secret, hidden truth, cryptic, or blackmail. The death card at the bottom, the death is pretty self-explanatory, but struggles around oppression and keeping quiet. Curious to see what's under death. Black cat, that's giving feral energy. All right, let's get 2 tea leaves. Pay attention to your health. Pineapple. I don't think I'll ever be able to see pineapple and not automatically think of little John Benet Ramsey. Secret, restrained, lichen. Again with the energy of eating something. That comes through with Lilly and Jack a lot as well. We have food there, and pay attention to your health. Like consuming something bad for them as it was bad for their health. Yeah, health as it relates to food. Well, that's how I'm reading it anyways. If you guys see any other messages there or reading it differently, you're always welcome to share. I love that the Halloween weight came out randomly. So we're going to start with this deck, one of my absolute favorites from Tarot Collectibles. I can't believe we are almost at spooky season again. This year just freaking flew by. All right, Holy Spirit, what can you tell us about Lily and Jack and their case and what could be going on with them? The High Priestess, it's like nothing. That is that Secrets card right there. The High Priestess. Queen of Swords, yeah, forced. This woman that's forced into silence. This queen says what's on her mind, speaks freely, but with the High Priestess here and this restrained with the Secret card, it's giving me that possibly Malaya is forced into silence in some way. The Queen of Pentacles under that, possibly by her mom or a female influence. Secret was the very first card on the table, and then the first tarot card on the table was the High Priestess, which is the exact same energy. Alright, what else can you tell us about Lily and Jack? Star with the Three of Swords. Heartbreak, healing, vulnerability, ooh, Nine of Swords. Mental torment and nightmares with this secret that's being kept. I think it's getting harder to keep the longer this goes on, which, I mean, makes sense, right? Holding a secret like this has got to eat you up inside. We've seen the same thing happening with Katie Proudfoot and Sebastian. It's like the longer the energy went on, the more mental torment we can see with her. Like keeping that secret and always looking over your shoulder is really hard on your psyche. And I'm sure they know, or they've got to feel like somebody's going to figure them out or they're closing in on them. I mean, every day that passes, I feel like this Three of Swords, Nine of Swords gets harder, at least for the woman that keeps coming through. We have the double queens here. We have the woman figure with the secret there. The High Priestess and the Star giving me feminine energy. Possibly Malaya and the secret she's keeping is kind of eating her alive. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. Seven of Cups. For some reason, this Eight of Pentacles is giving me the energy around Daniel's job site. When I was doing map review and energetic channeling on the map, I did accidentally drop a pin close to an area where Daniel worked. I wonder if it's still on my map. I'm sure it is. And then it's obviously not a coincidence that we're using the Halloween weight, and then seeing the pumpkins here. I'm wondering if this has something to do with fall. I know you guys mentioned before something about one of Donna's readings mentioned something about a nursery rhyme with pumpkins. I do remember watching it, but like I said, my short-term memory is completely shot. I don't remember a lot of details about things unless I need to remember it to talk about it, and I've recently viewed it. I did view Donna's reading. All I remember was like that circle thing that she drew that looked kind of like a sun or something, and then I remember pumpkin eater or something like that, and then you guys kept bringing the pumpkin thing to the channel. I think we used a Halloween deck in one of Lily and Jack's other readings, which could potentially be why I remember seeing comments around the pumpkins, but I don't know if this is a timing indicator or if there is like a pumpkin patch near Daniel's work area, or if people grow pumpkins out in that area. This could be like something is found in water and land, like if the kids are in two different places, like one's in water and one's not. It's kind of what I was feeling from that star card. I want to see if my map will take me back to where I draw, and maybe I've showed you guys on the channel before, maybe not, I don't remember. So when I put in Nova Scotia, the first thing that comes up here is Devil's Island. That's interesting. Okay, so here, if you look at my map from far away, that suitcase is where I dropped the pin. So I'm just gonna zoom in closer for you guys to show you here where we are. So this is where I accidentally dropped the pin. I forgot what I was doing. I was just scrolling around, and we have, well, let's see if we can go here. Hang on, let me see. So it says Middle River of Pictou, but I don't see any water from the aerial view, but then there is land there. I don't know where is it that Daniel worked? Mill? I don't even remember where he worked. Why am I feeling now like he worked? Is this close to his job site? I feel like I was looking for his job site when I accidentally dropped this pin, and I don't even have their house pin, so I don't know how far away this is from their house. I don't see that circle thing. I don't see the circle thing that Donna mentioned. This kind of looks like private property here, because here, I don't know, guys, I don't know what the significant. Okay, well, this is Lansdowne Station Road. They lived right here, right? They live. Okay, why are we back on the map? Because like even this high priestess kind of, wait a second, this is the Hermit. I said 9 of Pentacles. Well, Pentacles are pumpkins, and this is a 9 and 9 of pumpkins, but this is also giving Hermit energy with the lamp, but then the bird on her hand is giving 9 of Pentacles. I think this is 9 of Pentacles, because the Hermit would have the word Hermit at the bottom, but that lantern is giving me like finding them near a pumpkin patch, or where somebody works. The pumpkins. Let's see. Let's look up Lansdowne pumpkin patch. I don't know. Near Lansdowne. Okay, so I did pumpkin patch There's that deburt again. That came through in, I think, part 2. Oh, there is a place called Peter's Pumpkins. Peter's Pumpkins. Okay, so that reminds me of Donna's reading. And then it says, best place in the county to get your pumpkins, vegetable wholesale market. We do have the fruit up there. Let's look at Peter's Pumpkins. What does this look like on the map? It's on River Road. How do we go to this on the map? So this is East Riverside Road. So this is by the river. I can't see it in relation to my dropped pin. But here is like Lansdowne Station, and I think my pin is somewhere down here. And then here is Peter's Pumpkin. Have we looked up Peter's Pumpkin before? The river. Right next to it. Why is it not giving me the name of this river? Maybe if I take this off. So Peter's Pumpkin was up here somewhere, and then my suitcase is still down here. So, not really close. And that river I can't find the name of. I think it just says Island East River. So the East River, and I think East came out in one of the readings as well, that East was significant. I don't know, guys, we'll keep reading, but for some reason now I don't know, I accidentally just dropped a pen right here by Hopewell. Drop the pen here, so I will zoom in on that. That was not intentional to drop it there. And then in relation to the suitcase, I don't know if this area could be of significance in some radius there. I don't know, let's keep pulling cards. I don't know. This guy carving the pumpkin and working with the pumpkins reminds me of pumpkin patches. It could be a different pumpkin patch. I'll have to keep looking at the map, but that Peter's, you know, because of Donna's reading, seems like that might be something to keep in mind or pay attention to. Spirit, what else do you want to tell us about what's going on with Lily and Jack's case? I wonder if Malaya is having dreams of her kids. It's the Nightmares card, and that ghost in there is just no freaking way. First card out. Okay. Wow. The first single card out in this deck, the High Priestess again. Third time in a row, the very first card from each deck has been a card of secrets with the female. This is also card number 2. We're seeing pomegranates here, pineapples here, pumpkins here. Something about fruit and vegetables is important. Split it on the Knight of Pentacles with the Emperor. Spirit, what else can you tell us about Lily and Jack's energy? This is the Pulp Tarot, for those of you who are curious about the decks being used. Queen of Pentacles. Secrets with the Queen of Pentacles, the Mother. Ten of Swords showed itself here. It's a lot of cards, so we're not going to take them, but there we have the Ten of Swords. What else can we know about the secrets with this Queen of Pentacles? Why is the secrets here with the Queen of Pentacles? Page of Wands. What is the Child card? The Hierophant with the Five of Swords. For some reason, these two energies together give me like traditional punishment, like in a house, like what the mom would do to punish the children, because this could be a card of punishment, or like being punished by the older person. If it's an unfair fight where you don't really have a say in it, this would be the mom punishing a 4 or 6-year-old. That would be considered Five of Swords if it's an abuse of power in that way. And the Hierophant is like the traditional family home. And then with the High Priestess, the Queen of Pentacles, and referencing the Child here, it's trying to talk to me about the way in which the mother used to punish the children. And it's also showing me, again, like I said, I think one of them is visiting her in her sleep. Possibly Lily, because I know Lily's and I say this out of pure love, but I know Lily is known to be the more feral one, the loud one, the outspoken one, the one that's a little crazy and more outspoken and vocal than Jack would be. This Page of Wands is showing me like a little firecracker female. And then we do have the mother here, and then we see like, I just see this as like punishment, or getting somebody to act right. And again, with the placement of this Page of Wands, I do feel like she's visiting her mother in spirit, in some way kind of tormenting her mom. I'm gonna keep this over here with this card. I'm gonna get 2 more from this deck, and then we will clarify if there's going to be any updates here. 5 of Wands, conflict around punishment. This could even be the conflict with Malaya and her mother. It's just showing me the dynamic of mothers and daughters in traditional families and the way that they were punished or being restrained This could very well be Malaya and her mom, or Lilly and Malaya. A repeating generational trauma bond here between mothers and daughters. The Empress at the bottom. Yes. There's conflict with mothers here, mothers and daughters. Being restrained, kept quiet. The Strength, yeah, forced to keep quiet by your mother, or the mother is forced into silence, or both. And that Strength card with the Empress is also saying the mother, who would be this Five of Swords, abuse of power from the mother. Interesting. I don't know why this keeps coming up, or how it's going to help us find these sweet babies. Maybe there's going to be some blowout with mothers, whether it be Malaya and Daniel's mom, Malaya and her mom, Malaya's mom and the media. There's some sort of, it relates to justice. Some blowout that has to do with a mom. And the legal. Knight of Cups in reverse with King of Wands. A public battle with Daniel. Maybe Malaya's mom and Daniel? Or Malaya and Daniel's mom? Malaya and her mom. There's going to be some sort of public battle here. Spirit, why did Justice come out? Why is Justice here? With this battle card, the secrets, and the mother figures. Why did Justice come out? I can't help but notice the fire around that Justice card. With the Sword of Truth there, around fire and justice. Nine of Pentacles is back at the bottom. We have Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of this deck. So we have two Nine of Pentacles here, which is the single, young, attractive woman that is the daughter to the Empress. The minor arcana of the Empress is that Nine of Pentacles. We just seen the Empress. We have this mother-daughter dynamic going on. And now, again, we have a female page, which, again, is highlighting Lilly for me. The Chariot. Moving, traveling. It's taken somewhere in a car. Dogs might hit on something as it relates to a car. And then the Six of Cups, which is the two children outside of their home. We have the boy and the girl, the family home, the Innocence card here, travel, movement, or triumph over the kids. As it relates to justice and fighting. Page of Cups, Chariot, justice, fighting. It's giving me like fighting, not talking to the media, fighting, not talking to the police. It's like maybe Malaya's mom is, or grandmother, or somebody in a motherly role is either keeping her quiet, making sure she doesn't speak, is trying to take control of the situation here from the daughter. Like, I don't know if this is Lilly or Malaya. It's feeling more like this is Malaya in the way that she's been suppressed and restrained from her own childhood. Like her mom, Malaya's mom, is like a bully. She's keeping her quiet, keeping her from participating in the investigation, obviously to protect her, because I think even the mother knows something awful happened to the kids. But I feel like even if she wanted to talk, there's some sort of control to keep her quiet here. Fire. I'm going to get 3 Angel Tarot cards here just to see if we can get more clarity here on why this energy is showing itself. Who is this energy about? Who am I reading on in terms of the mother-daughter conflict? Page of Water again. Page of Cups is right here. So clarity on who I'm reading about with the mother-daughter. Page of Cups. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. Heightened psychic abilities. This says a new person enters your life, a relationship begins a new phase, or a heightened psychic ability. But this is the Page of Cups, okay? So what else can you tell us about this mother-daughter dynamic and who we're talking about here, whether Malaya and Lily or Malaya and her motherly figures? What else can you tell us about this relationship dynamic? Four of Pentacles. This looks like Malaya. Holy cow. I don't know what Malaya's mom looks like, but does that look like freaking Malaya? Wow. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money. So now with the Page of Cups and what looks like Malaya, it's kind of giving me like Malaya and Lily. Malaya and Lily. Let me get one more. Holding back. Seven of Pentacles with Nine of Swords. Look at this, unnecessary worry. Seeds well planted. A temporary pause in action. With the Nine of Swords back out here, expecting the worst. Self-fulfilling prophecies and sleepless nights. Worry, unnecessary worry, sleepless nights, Malaya over the children, specifically Lily here. Interesting, I feel like Lily could be the one in water and Jack could be the one on earth, in earth. We have seeds planted in this Page of Cups in water. So it's like giving again that same energy of water and earth. And I'm feeling the Page of Cups with that female energy in terms of holding back and keeping quiet, being restrained and restricted. That looks like Malaya, creepily. And a self-fulfilling prophecy with expecting the worst. Oh, I just split it right on the Empress. Look at that. The mom not doing well. Well, I don't know. When you look at it on the table, it looks like she's not doing well. But when you put these two where I just split it side by side, it looks like she's living her best life, doesn't it? Single, free, attractive, free from whatever she felt restrained and restricted by, and then like just living her best life right here. I kind of want to split this Nine of Pentacles to see what we split on. So here we have this Nine of Pentacles. Let's see. Seven of Cups again. I split it there earlier. We have this Seven of Cups, which is confusion. Let me try that again. Two of Cups. Free from a relationship. Free from a restricting relationship where she was restricted, restrained, silenced. Her health was deteriorating here. She was trying to break free from the relationship, but why get rid of the two kids that weren't even connected to Daniel? Unless in some way she was trying to break free from the kids' dad, which doesn't, I don't know, it's so weird. Okay, let me get a few more cards here. Can you tell us if there's going to be any breaks in the case? Anything we can look forward to in terms of new energy for Lily and Jack? What is on the horizon for new information regarding Lily and Jack? The Devil with Justice. Okay, interesting. New information. This is a card about being restricted. Justice could be an arrest. This could also be an arrest related to drugs, or something with like greed, money, addictions, drugs, vices, like an arrest or information that comes out around devilish type of energy, maybe related to Jack and Lily. Maybe they're going to find something else out that could lead to an arrest so that they have a means to get more information, which is that same energy I was feeling with Sebastian Rogers, where they were like looking into Chris in other ways, and that there's going to be something that leads to them doing something sketchy in business and money that leads to maybe finding more information on Sebastian. So it's giving that same energy, like they either do a drug bust or find information about illegal drug sales activity or domestic abuse, or just saying like an arrest. But justice in terms of something new breaking in the case soon, that's awesome. Maybe around September, October. What else can you tell us? That was the Five of Wands. What else can you tell us about any new information around Lily and Jack? Pretty sure that was the Empress that just flipped over. Well, this devil has 2 kids at the bottom of his feet. They're not adults. Usually it's the lovers that are restrained here, but this devil has 2 kids eating candy. A little witch and a little devil. Interesting. Justice for the devil that hurt Lily and Jack, took Lily and Jack, had Lily and Jack. What is this devil and justice card doing here? News coming, messages, breaking news about an arrest, finding something out about this devil as it relates to Lily and Jack. This could be legal documents coming out. With the justice and the news, it's almost like reading documents, like reading an arrest warrant or reading a search warrant, or being served a search warrant. Is that being served? Here's Judgment. Being served like a search warrant to like dig on somebody's property or bring dogs on somebody's property or something like that. Search warrant where you have to travel, maybe someplace not directly in their backyard. That could just be the energy of news coming in around legal information, documents, all those things. Give me one more card to clarify the devil and justice. Seven of Pentacles again, which is Seven of Pentacles is right here. So now that's sandwiching this Eight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. With this Eight of Swords, which is the same restrained energy. So this is lining up with restrained, a temporary pause, and something about seeds being planted, or where, yeah, like digging. Remember I showed you guys that part just a minute ago with the Judgment about like getting a warrant to dig somewhere. They're stuck without the warrant. They can't go onto private property, so they're waiting for something to be cleared through the legal system to have a search warrant to dig somewhere or to investigate a lead. It's like a temporary pause because they're waiting for legal paperwork to move forward. But I told you guys from the beginning, I always see justice, and the justice card always comes out with Lily and Jack. We have it here twice. It's right here and it's here. Justice is here. And I seen that vision of Daniel and Malaya in handcuffs. It's like justice is coming in soon, but there's like legal boundaries here. It's like a pause. It's a timeout, or they're waiting. They're waiting for something. It's like the devil has them chained because they're waiting for something that they have to legally get to make sure that they don't like screw up the actual case. So it's like they're being held back by the devil, but justice comes in and kind of sets them free to move forward with something, gives them permission to do something. And I feel like this is going to be like big breaking news here. Even if it's just like, oh, police are going back to search an area, or we're seeing digging in this certain area. Could this be about Lilly and Jack? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a lot of speculation about what they're doing at first. Like, I don't think the media is just going to come out and say, hey, we got a search warrant for this person's property, and, you know, we're going here, we're digging and looking for Lilly and Jack. I feel like it's something they're just going to do. And then people in the area get wind of it, and then things start coming out in speculation, like, oh, what are they doing? Why are they over here? Why are they digging? Why is this happening? And then we find like documents or court papers that are sealed where somebody does uncover like a search warrant that was approved, or let me get 3 more cards here just to clarify this new energy that could be coming out as it relates to a search warrant or digging. I do feel the energy of like digging in the ground, although I feel like one might be in the ground and one might not be. Spirit, can you clarify this search warrant or this devil justice card with news coming in for a break in Lilly and Jack's case, or some new information that could be coming out? Maybe end of August. Because I'm seeing this as 7, we're still paused, we're waiting. We have the 8 back out here again, but the 8 is still restricted. And then we have an 8 here with the 8 of Wands. It's like, and then given the green light, moving forward. So if you have both of those energies in August, this could be either beginning of August, they move forward and then are blocked, or beginning of August, they're blocked, and then there is this go ahead or okay to move forward at the end of August. Because then justice here is card 11. So from August to November, looks like there's justice and things moving forward. What else can you tell us about this energy? It might even be something to like, if they did get permission to search somewhere, or they did get a tip somewhere, or they found something, they only find one of them, because I do feel like there could be a difference in energies with land and water. I do feel like whoever potentially is on land is the one that maybe is found first, and then it's this energy of like, is the other one still alive? Where is the other one? Why is one here? Why is one not? It could be the energy where they only find one of them at first, and that's why it takes like August to November. Maybe once they find one of them and they're able to make an arrest, they're able to get information about the second one. It's something like that. 8 of Wands again. The Magician, Knight of Cups. Maybe Daniel speaks first. Malaya is sworn to secrecy up here. Maybe Daniel speaks first about something that tips somebody off into a certain direction. 7 of Pentacles again just showed itself to me. Okay, 9 of Wands, 6 of Swords with King of Wands. This 9 of Wands, look at all that fire in the back. This looks like police troopers or somebody here, like search and rescue. It's giving me like people working, and then this woman who's like standing guard or trying to keep them away from something. But this is giving me like where that fire was in the woods type of energy. There's like a barrel here, a woman standing guard, the fire, people searching. And then here we see somebody on water. So the woods with the fire, and then water. And then this King of Wands, you see again the fire. Off in the background, a building on fire. I wonder if one of the kids is in the woods where, or near where the fire was around the time that they went missing, because it continues to show itself to me. And then this energy of water. King of Wands, like one took one and then one took the other. Like two different people. One stay guard. One person took one kid one place, and then a King of Wands took another kid another place, and it's showing me different elements, water and fire. So like earth and fire, and then water, and two different people. Malaya, I don't think she knows where they are if she wanted to speak on it. I think she stayed guard. She knows what happened to them, but I don't think she knows where they went. So until they're found, maybe she doesn't have information to give, and that's why she's restricted into silence here, because she didn't move the kids herself. The Chariot keeps coming up though, so something about the kid, one of the kids at least was put into a vehicle. One of them may have been carried out in the back. Like dogs may be able to pick up on a scent of one of them if they're in the ground or in the woods behind the house, near a fire, near Daniel's work. Something about the one that's in earth, I feel like, is able to be tracked in a way by scent, whether this be a cadaver dog or something like that. But the one that was put in a car and driven away, that was taken to water that may be farther away, which could be Lilly. I'm feeling like Lilly, water, Jack, ground. I feel like Lilly was put in a car and taken away, and Jack was taken possibly on foot. They went two separate places. Maybe. Feels like that. I don't know. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. Look at this. You can see the woman standing on land with the ships in the back, and then this two energy. The two juggling back and forth. Or they went back and forth. They were temporarily in the woods and then moved to water. Like if they're not separated, it's like they had two resting places where they were put one place like immediately, like in the backyard where this fire was or something, and maybe the fire stopped them from being able to like fully get rid of them, so they had to come back and then move them. So if they're not in two separate places, they possibly were moved. I wonder if at some point they were put in a car. Do you guys know for sure if cadaver dogs were ever used, if they ever came to the house, the cars? I know they had scent dogs tracking their scent, but isn't cadaver dogs different? Like, did they ever bring actual dogs out there? I don't know. I hope this Justice card with the Devil and the Eight of Wands means there's going to be a big break in the case with new information. The other oracle we pulled at random was the Animal Apothecary, so I'm going to get a final oracle card here to wrap this up. Again, guys, I am open for private readings in August. You can email me for more information. I'll be taking about 4 to 5 for the entire month of August. So if you are thinking about it, email me and I will get you on the schedule. Okay, Master Manifestor, and that's card number 10. Again, yeah, feeling this energy between, like, now we have 8, 10, and 11. So like end of August to early November, there's things manifesting and coming to light here in regards to documents, legal movements, search warrants, an arrest possibly. All right, let's read Master Manifestor and see what that has to say. So that is the Raven. Ravens lived a lonely life in the dark abyss of the universe with only one other creature, Spider. Why do I feel like we just read this card? Which reading did this come through? Wait a second. Was this a Lilly and Jack reading that this card came out? Hang on. It feels important. Like whichever reading this came through is important to this energy, because I'm specifically remembering the raven and the spider. The spider being what the raven was terrified of. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna have to help me remember which reading. I don't think it was a private reading. Feels like it was recently, in the last month. So we've read on Idaho 4, we've read on Lilly and Jack, Sandra Birchmore. Gosh, if it wasn't one of the recent readings, it had to have been a private reading, but I don't know why I'm stuck on that. Anyways, I will read this, and then if this sounds familiar to you guys and you guys remember which reading this came out in, please let me know. Raven lived a lonely life in the dark abyss of the universe with only one other creature, Spider. Anytime Spider crawled to Raven, Raven would freeze in terror, and Spider would sadly crawl away, for she did not want to scare Raven. Often you could find Raven gazing into the endless universe and dreaming about creating the world. Everything in their heart wanted to experience so much more, but they didn't know how to create it. One day, Spider saw Raven projecting his dreams into the universe. Spider crawled up to Raven, and as usual, Raven froze in fear. Spider sadly looked up at Raven, suffocating in his fear, and right before Spider was about to dart away, she decided to use her voice. She said, "Dear Raven, I know you do not trust me, but I can help you." Raven seemed to snap out of this hypnotic state of terror for a moment and looked down at Spider. "I can weave your dream into existence," said Spider. It was at this moment that Raven understood. Not only did they have to befriend their fear, who was Spider, but that their fear is what held the gift to allow them to manifest their dream. Once Raven could accept and deeply love all aspects of themselves, one being the Spider, who represented their fear, was then able to become the ultimate magician, the master manifestor, the ultimate magician. Raven's medicine says you honor all aspects of your being, and then you become whole. Wholeness equates to self-love, and your wholeness supercharges your magnetism to attract and create. When you befriend the painful parts of your personality, you will find they are the ones who hold the secrets that allow you to fully step into your purpose. Befriending your fears, feeling alone in the universe, the only other person in your universe with you is the thing that you fear. So being in a universe by yourself where you feel alone and your only companion is that in which you fear. Is this Malaya? Is this talking about her dynamic with Daniel, or just the environment in which she found herself in? She felt restrained and suppressed, emotionally or mentally abused, lived in a state of fear, had to be on defense at all times. This talks about being wounded, and this talks about getting away from your abuser. A King of Wands. Breaking free from the devil, flying away, freeing yourself. Freeing yourself came through with Malaya's energy when I was channeling John O'Keefe. Breaking free, and then again with all this Nine of Swords energy, with that fear and nightmares and being stuck in your head. Suffocating in fear. I'm going to pull two more cards on this final card because, dang it, I cannot believe I can't remember which reading that recently came out for. That would be crazy if it was one of Lilly and Jack's recent readings. I don't remember. If I remember, I will post a comment and then like pin the comment for you guys in case you're curious. Can you give me 2 cards to clarify this Master Manifestor with Raven and Spider? Too many, but that was 4 of Swords. The Emperor is at the bottom. Structure and discipline. Structure and discipline, the Emperor. But then we have 3 of Fire. Abundance, making long-term plans, or having patience. And then Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Earth. Important documents and contracts. Things look very good. Have patience. And then important documents and contracts being manifested here. Possibly as it relates to this King of Wands and Emperor. And possibly the dynamics that went on inside of the home. Things coming to light. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to leave that there, guys. I hope you got something out of that reading. I would always encourage you guys to share your thoughts in the comments down below. I love to hear from you guys and see what you took from the reading and how you interpreted different messages, or if you were getting any downloads while I was pulling cards. Always feel free to share. Thank you guys for tuning in today. It is completely free to like the video, share it with your friends, or subscribe to the channel. All those things do help what we're doing here at Beyond the Veil, and it helps get this message out. So let's keep Lily and Jack and their case out in the forefront of YouTube and let everybody know we haven't forgotten. And it's been 3 months, but we are still determined to find justice for these babies and put them to rest in the way that they deserve. So thank you guys again for being here. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.